So humans need three things to live. We need good, clean food, pure drinking water, and clean, fresh air. Danielle, Jose, Caesar, of these three, if you could only choose one, which would you say is the most important to you? Danielle?
Water.
Jose?
I would like to think the same thing, yeah.
Water?
Air for me, man.
Air? Well, unfortunately, the air that we breathe is being contaminated more and more on a daily basis. So what comes to mind when you hear the words air pollution? Factories, automobiles, airplanes, pollen. We mostly think about what's outside, right?
Yes.
But what about the air pollution that's in our living spaces? Did you guys know, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, that's the EPA, indoor air pollution is North America's #1 environmental health concern. Doctors and allergists now say that the air in our homes is 7 to 1,000 times more polluted than the air that's outside. It's not a sales company telling you this, it's a federal agency and doctors. Why? Well, think about this. You have 4 walls, a ceiling, and insulation to conceal all the air that's in our homes. Also, we do everything that's bad for the air we breathe on a day-to-day basis. We cook in it, we spray chemicals in it, we burn candles in it. Some people even smoke in it. So imagine where your feet go in one day. I need the lamp. Okay. Imagine where your feet go in one day. Gas stations, public restrooms, even just your yard outside. We track all of this into our home and it combines to make dust. Can you guys see the dust?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Caesar?
Yes.
So 80% of what you see is dead, rotting human flesh. The other 20%, well, it's not much better. It can contain pet dander, mold spores, pollen, moths, fireplace soot, fleas, ants, paint, mosquitoes, plastic, rubber, nylon, wood, fiberglass, cockroaches, etc. Anything that wears down over time ends up in the air that we breathe, and it combines to make dust. Isn't that disgusting?
Yes, it's pretty disgusting.
Okay. Well, polluted air contributes to problems like headaches and sore throat, irritated eyes, nausea, sneezing, dizziness, runny nose, coughing, sleeplessness, and can lead to more serious problems like allergies, asthma, sinus problems, bronchitis, respiratory problems, even pneumonia. Do you guys know anyone that suffers from these symptoms?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you write their names down in that notebook?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, well, I'll go stop by and see them next. We'll help them out too.
Sounds good.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a dust mite?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Dust mites don't get this big. If you see a dust mite this big, it's time to move. So
Right.
dust mites are so small that in order for you to see them, you need to magnify them 3,000 times. They're so small that 7,000 of them, 7,000, can fit just on the surface of your fingernail. So dust mites live and breed on skin particles, and when they die, they become dust. So when a dust mite is crawling up and down around your skin, they use these 2 mandibles they use to gather up your dead skin cells to eat. Nom, 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 nom. And that's when you feel an itch, when they're eating your dead skin cells. So they eat so much that they poop 20 times a day. And their poop becomes particles that in turn you breathe in. So you're not allergic to the dust mite itself. You're allergic to their feces. That's what causes allergies and asthma attacks. That's pretty disgusting, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we spend a third of our lives in bed. They tell us to sleep for 8 hours a day. So a typical mattress contains 100,000 to 10 million dust mites inside of it. And an average person can shed 1.5 grams of dead skin in just a single day. And that's enough to feed 1 million dust mites. Well, the air outside is cleaner because the ultraviolet rays of the sun help neutralize those airborne particles. Wind circulates the air. Mother Nature washes the air with rain and snow and sleet. Have you ever stepped outside after it rains, Caesar?
I sure have.
It smells real good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
What do you think, Danielle?
Yes.
Okay. Wouldn't you like to have that same water-washed air in your home every day?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Well, your Hyla is the solution to indoor pollution. And we didn't plug it in. Can you plug it in for me? This is your Hyla. As you can see, it has a really long cord. So the Hyla comes with a 26-foot cord, which is long enough for you to get it where it needs to go without having to play with extension cords and stuff. and it comes in two parts, top and bottom. So the top part has a motor that's 1.25 horsepower. It's 2-speed industrial bypass factory sealed motor, and since it's factory sealed, none of the dirt or dust that it picks up is going to get into that motor. It gives it a life expectancy 20 to 30 years. Okay. It's also protected in this housing of high gloss finish. Danielle, you want to come over and give it a feel? See how smooth it is?
Sure. Oh, yeah, very
Yeah, it's real nice, right? So that high gloss finish is going to keep it so that you can keep it looking sharp. It just wipes real clean, real easy. Keep it looking sharp for all of those 20 to 30 years. Okay. This is your separator. Separator spins at 25,000 revolutions per minute. It's really our bit of magic. It is a patented self-cleaning separator, the world's first. Okay. It separates the dust from the air. You guys all see it? Separates the dust from the air, and it separates us from our competition. The bottom is your pollution container. It's made of polyurethane plastic, the same stuff they use for airplane windows. It's really tough, really durable. When you're ready to use a Hyla, you just fill it up to the fill lines. There are fill lines on the outsides, on both sides, but they are stickers. 20 to 30 years is a long time for a sticker. So if they come off, you also have a fill line right here on the spout. So, Jose, if I can get you to fill this with just cold water right out of your faucet up to that fill line, but also rinse it out a couple times because it's just been sitting in the backseat of my car and we don't want all that dust in there. So we sit here and wait. What do you do for a living, Caesar?
I went for Hyla. Woohoo!
Wow, that's great. This is always a good time to play with kids. High five.
There you go, sir.
Thank you very much. So, this is typical El Paso water.
My goodness.
There are a
that's
few
pretty
things
dirty.
floating around. Oh, some of it's air bubbles.
Yeah, a little.
The air bubbles themselves get destroyed once the machine starts running, so it won't have all those tiny little things. And it'll have the larger
Yeah,
stuff
you
that
should
you
see
actually see in there.
all the stuff floating on top.
Yeah.
Is that a nail?
Those
in
are
there?
what actually go in there. So, like I said, there are a few things floating around in there, but it's pretty clean. You know, this is what the government tells us is perfectly safe to drink. And that's why we all drink out of those bottles. Okay.
It is a nail.
Is it nail?
Oh, fingernail.
There's a fingernail in there.
Oh my God.
Okay, go fill it back up. Empty it out, fill it back up. You didn't do a very good job rinsing it out. Not possible.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Didn't come out of the faucet.
It didn't come out of the faucet, no.
Probably not.
It's also hot.
Said
We
probably
want the water cold.
Okay.
Cold as butt. Down.
Yeah. Trainees, man.
Chinese. Get it together.
Danielle, what do you do for a living?
I'm training for him.
Wow, that's such a great job choice. That's why you always want to have them rinse it out before they put water in.
Rinse it up twice.
Oh,
It's still, yeah, you still have it on hot. Bring that handle down.
there you go. It's on this side.
Okay, we're starting over again.
Well, I was supposed to rinse it 3 times anyway. Now it's
Yeah.
rinsed 3 times.
Okay.
Pause it.
No, it's okay. They'll just keep laughing at you. When you bring it over here, come and apologize to them for they're waiting for you to fill it up 3 times.
Bloopers.
This is blooper reel. I don't know. Maybe we'll find a way to cut it out, but I'm not spending $100 on a way to play with my videos. So.
All right, third time's a charm.
Let's take
Thank
a look at
you.
that water again. Huh?
Sorry guys, I put hot water instead of cold. So.
Dirty one.
Dirty water and then hot water.
Yeah.
Now we got cold. Okay, let's go again. This is typical El Paso water. There are a few things floating around in there. For the most part, it's pretty clean.
Looks cleaner now.
Yeah.
It does actually look a lot cleaner now. Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
Okay. So when you're ready to use the Hyla, you just put the top onto the bottom. When it's all lined up right, you get this click. Tells you everything's lined up right. And then you lift up the handle here to lock it in place. See, they're going to get you to lock it in place. See how easy it is.
Sure. Oh, easy.
Jose, why don't you give it a try?
Sure. Oh, pretty simple.
Pretty easy. Danielle, why don't you give it a try?
Nice and smooth.
Very, very easy. Okay. The green button right here is your power button. Jose, can I get you to turn it on for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Air goes into the machine at 80 cubic feet per minute. And anything going in there is going to get wet. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Caesar? What's
Yeah.
that? Danielle?
Yeah.
Clean water wash air comes out the back of the machine. This is some of the cleanest, freshest air you will ever breathe indoors. How's it smell, Danielle? Can you smell it?
Yes.
What's it?
Smells clean.
Caesar?
Nice and clean.
Okay. So all of the dust and impurities are getting trapped in that water, and that's what's leading to that clean air smell. So, when you're ready to use your Hyla, just put it in the middle of the room, let it run for 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to process all the air in that room. It's going to give you instant relief for people that have allergies or kids that have asthma. When you want to use your Hyla to clean all the air in your entire house, just open all the doors to the bedroom, put the Hyla in the middle of the house, at the, down the hall right there. Put it in the middle of the home, open the doors, turn it on before you leave for work, before you go to the store, before you leave the house. The Hyla will run for 35 minutes, and then it's going to shut itself off. So you don't have to worry about the Hyla sucking your electricity dry the whole day while you were gone. When you come home to clean water wash air. If you have a friend or a neighbor come home with you, you might even say, hey, it smells like it's just raining here. That's because you just got finished washing all the air in your house with water, just like nature does outside when it rains. How's that smell, Daniel? Is it?
Smells clean.
That's great. Hey. But we'd like to say we have the only air cleaning machine on the market. Of course we don't. There are thousands of them. But the Hyla uses water as its filter. All those others, they use filters that are porous. They're made of cloth or paper. So if you look at those filters under a microscope, you're looking at layers of screens laying on top of each other. So the really small pieces of dust pass right through the holes in those screens. The dust lands on your furniture, lands on your TV, lands on your food. The bigger pieces of dust, they get caught in the holes in those filters. They clog it up. So if you let those filters, you let those machines run for 2, 3, 4 hours, you get a layer of dust over the filter. Caesar, what do you need to do with that filter then?
Well, you gotta go replace it, right?
Exactly, you gotta replace it, you gotta buy another one. How much do you guys think 3 liters of water costs coming right out of your faucet? Jose?
Fraction of a dime. I mean, no, of a penny.
Fraction of a penny, that's absolutely right. Good guess. Okay, so water is inexpensive, it's easy to find, send it right to your house. But most of all, water never clogs the way those other filters clog. So now let's take a look at that water. Shake off all the droplets. Most of the droplets. Okay. You guys remember how the water looked before, right?
Yes.
Take a look at it now.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
I
So
can't even
this
see.
was for what, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes that we ran it.
Right?
How do you guys think this water will look after you let it run for 35 minutes? Cleans all the air in your whole house. Danielle, what do you think?
Dirtier.
30 or Caesar?
Yeah, it's gonna look a lot worse than that.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Does this condition belong in the air that you breathe? Would you rather have it here in the water where you can just throw it down the drain and get rid of it forever?
Down the water, man.
Yep.
Down the water, down the drain.
Down the drain.
Okay. So, let's say you guys have a glass of water in your refrigerator uncovered. And you also have in there some garlic and some onions that you have chopped up. Let's say, what's that water gonna taste like?
Like garlic and onions.
That's exactly right. That's because water is a natural absorbent of odors. So that makes your Hyla a deodorizer. So if you guys cook cabbage or fish, something that has a really strong smell, or you forget to take the trash out one night, or you're anything like me and you forget to take the trash out one night, you can run your Hyla for 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna trap all those odors in the water, leave you with that clean water wash air. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the average American home spends $30 to $50 a month on aerosols and candles and those fancy plug-in things that make our home smell great. So they don't last very long, they don't clean the air, and what do they do to the odors? Danielle? Do they eliminate those odors or do they just cover them up?
They cover them up.
They cover them up, exactly. Well, your Hyla is also an aromatizer. We have to try either plumeria or cherry. What would you guys like to try?
Let's do sherry.
Cherry!
Sherry.
Cherry! Okay.
Cherry sounds good.
So, you just turn on your Hyla, open up your little fragrance bottle, take off your little door, and you want to put in 3 to 4 drops. All you need to do is turn it up and they come out. You don't need to squeeze it. Danielle, can you smell it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Caesar,
Smells good.
what do you guys think? Would you like to have this scent in your home all day, every day?
Yes.
Or any number of other scents?
Yes.
Yeah. So unlike those aerosols and those fancy plugins, the Hyla is actually cleaning your air at the same time that it's adding that scent to it. Okay. So the next time that you guys have a stuffy nose or some congestion, you can use your Hyla as a vaporizer. All you need to do is put in 3 to 4 drops of this eucalyptus menthol. Put your Hyla in the bedroom, close the door, close the window, let it run for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to medicate the air in that room for 6 to 8 hours. So you just put it in the same way, 3 or 4 drops. Can you smell that, Danielle? What's that?
Yes.
Yeah, Caesar?
Smell it.
Smell it? You think if you had a stuffy nose that would help clear you out?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know you can go to Walmart and buy yourself a cheap $60 vaporizer. It's not going to clean the air for you. So it's not actually going to fix the problem. It's just going to add that scent out. Okay. And your Hyla is also a sanitizer. So, let's say if you come home from work with a cold or flu that you caught, who else in your family is going to catch it?
The rest of the family.
Yeah, everybody, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Have you ever noticed that doctors and nurses work in a hospital, they are around sick people all day, every day. They hardly ever get more sick than the rest of us. They hardly even get sick they get less sick than the rest of us.
Yes.
You have any idea why?
No. No.
That's because the hospital pumps sanitizer into the air to control the germs and the bacteria, so that bed 1 doesn't catch what bed 2 has, or so anyone coming in the hospital doesn't catch anything that was in the hospital, or share anything that they brought with them to the hospital. So that's why the hospital always has that really sterile smell. So, you just want to put in that 3 or 4 drops. Can you smell that? Danielle? What's that? Caesar?
Yeah.
Smells a lot better in the hospital, doesn't it?
Oh. It smells cleaner.
Yeah. That's kind of a clean linen, soapy clean linen kind of smell, is what I think. Okay. So, Do you think it would be of benefit to you and your family if we could prevent the disease from spreading?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So, from what I've shown you guys so far about the Hyla, what's your favorite part? Danielle?
That it cleans the air.
Jose?
The fact that I can use medication in it.
Yeah. Caesar?
I like everything, man.
You like everything. That's great. That's what I like to hear. If you guys had a Hyla in your house, do you think you would use it?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Vincent, you can cut me off. We'll go do part 3 in just a second. Thank you.